from Mexico City, Mexico, wearing green trunks, weighing 128.5 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mamine Vega. His opponent from South Philadelphia, weighing 129.25. The North American Junior Lightweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen, Tyrone Everett.
Obviously a very popular fighter here in Philadelphia, and it was interesting during the course of that November 30th evening that Alfredo Escalera did indeed retain his World Boxing Council Junior Lightweight title as the #1 challenger, ranked by most of the major services. Tyrone Everett losing in 15 rounds, and Bobby, almost to a writer at ringside, thought that Everett won, although you and I were wavering throughout the fight, and really were not as convinced as most of the writers were.
I don't think it was that wide a margin. Most, like you said, we talked to him, they thought that Everett was a unanimous winner, but I didn't see it that way. But, you know, as championship fights go, you have to really beat the champion quite badly and quite noticeably before they can they'll take the crown away from him. And Everett, I think, even gained in his popularity because of that fight, because most of the people here at the Spectrum thought he had won also. So his popularity, even through a defeat, has increased here in Philadelphia.
In the white trunks with blue shoes, Tyrone Everett, 23 years old, of South Philadelphia. Mamine Vega of Mexico City. Both guys very, very impressive credentials. Vega at 26, Everett at 23. The first of a scheduled 12 rounds for the North American Junior Lightweight title.
And if Everett does win this fight against Vega, he is, I think that the Escalera camp has assured him of a rematch. When and where, it's to be decided upon, but it depends on the outcome of this bout tonight.
Tyrone Everett with an impressive record of 34-1 in 35 bouts. First loss ever was to the champion, Alfredo Escalera. But this guy Vega certainly is no slouch. Pro since '69. What credentials? 37 wins, 10 losses, and 2 draws. 33 of his 37 victories coming via the KO. Round 1. We have half the round left.
The big knock against Vega is that he has trouble with clever and quick boxers such as Tyrone Everett. He's a plotter. He's a straightaway fighter. He comes in there and he likes to get close and exchange punches, I guess, being very strong. But with a clever fighter such as Everett, he seems to have an awful lot of trouble, and a lot of damage is done to him.
Sort of fought a super fight against Alfredo Escalera. Very, very good tactical fight and counter-punching to Escalera, who was the aggressor throughout the evening, but gained all his points on misses by Escalera, and perhaps that may have been what cost him the decision. Vega against the ropes in the green, sort of corduroy-looking boxing trunks.
Vega, out of his first 29 fights, he won 27 by knockouts, and that's when his reputation started to grow. And of course, in '72 was his biggest year, with impressive wins over Jose Salas and Leo Campbell, or Salas is the right pronunciation. But since then, he's had trouble finding good fights because he is such a tough opponent.
Well, as we know, our bellicose friend, Jerome Artis, who is also a junior lightweight, he's meeting a tough cookie in Alexis Arguello, who is ranked either 2 or 3 in the latest polls. He'll fight him before the Prism cameras on make that March 31st, here on our next boxing card from the Spectrum. This is the North American Junior Lightweight Championship. live on a Monday evening, and it's about 10:07. We will be leaving the air after the bout to go away to racing from Garden State Park with Dick Graham, and then Shampoo will be our movie tonight at 11:30. Probably plenty of sporting events here in March.
Right. Of course, the basketball playoffs college on the 2nd, 4th, and 5th, and then Nadia coming each on the 22nd, a new date. And Spectrum Boxing again on the 31st, as we've mentioned previously.
Tommy Reed, the third man in the ring, did not have any work at all in round one. Pretty close, Bob. How did you see it?
It was tough. I would have to say Everett. He scored about 3 good lefts. But other than that, that was about the only punches that were thrown.
Vega trying to cut the ring down on Tyrone Everett. Back to the cameras. Loping right by Vega, but did not cause any damage.
Of course, Mamine Vega is another substitute for
Carlos Mendoza.
Carlos Mendoza, who just before leaving for Philadelphia fractured his hand in a sparring match.
Tough way to lose a paycheck.
Boy, I'll say.
And for Vega to step in against the #1 rated junior lightweight in the world, Tyrone Everett. Couple of southpaws. Ty Everett and Mamine Vega. Oh, little butt here. Reed is warning Vega. Everett, knowing full well how that bleeding may have cost him in the fight against Escalera, is adamant in his gesture to Vega, and also the referee Tom Reed, who saw it all the way.
Oh, he got a good left in there, or right, I should say, and Everett's a little bit upset now. I think he wasn't finished this in a hurry. You can just see the determination in his eyes.
Well, he has the right eye of Vega bleeding a bit, Bobby.
Right, he'll go to work on that. Oh, he did left.
Oh,
right,
nothing but
again.
blood. Vega has to even wipe the blood away, Bob. Strong round number 2.
Another one.
45 seconds left to go. Lightning quick, Tyrone Everett of South Philadelphia. One thing he knows, Vega's not a pussycat. This guy can hit.
That's for sure.
Somebody with 33 KOs won't make any foolish moves.
And he didn't KO any turkeys either. He's beaten such world-rated men as Marcelo Morgan, Raul Cruz, and Flash Gallego. Excuse my pronunciation.
Good combination by Tyrone Everett. It knocked Vega back on his heels.
He's going after him.
And that's the end of round 2. Tyrone Everett, and the fans here at the Spectrum love it.
And his right eye, Vega's right eye is bleeding, and Hugh, from where we sit right here, he's just right above me, Mamine Vega, and it looks like it's fairly deep, and it is on the eyelid.
Manager and trainer in the corner is Pete Alvarez, and he was also complaining to referee Tom Reed that he thought it was a butt. Here's some of that second round action, Bobby.
Here's a good right, and then that left cross. He was so quick. His ability to set up both punches. You know, most fighters will be able to use the left to set up the right, but Everett uses both hands to set up equally as powerful left or right hand.
Boy, both guys want to go at it here. North American junior lightweight title on the ring.
And you can bet that Everett will go to work on that right eye of Vega.
Round 3 of a scheduled 12 rounds. Starting a puff already, Bobby. In the white trunks, Tyrone Everett, South Philadelphia. was going to put the old thumbaroo in there. Referee Tommy Reed separates Vega and Everett.
Both fighters really need this fight. Vega, of course, needs to get back, to get up in the top ranking and to be classed as a world fighter. And of course, his stepping stone will be Tyrone Everett.
Vega blanched on that right by Tyrone Everett. I don't know if Vega was hurt or not, but his eye is really ugly, Bob.
Yes, it's open. That's going to be a factor in this fight, even though this is the third round. The way it is cut, and how smart Everett is, he'll go to work on it all the time, and I don't know if this fight will go the distance, mainly on that cut.
Tommy Reed steps in with 1:15 to go. Good combination, and more blood from the eye of Vega. Boy, it's an ugly-looking right eye. Oh, nothing but blood. Not bleeding profusely, and a good left by Everett.
Oh, then a right. Doesn't seem to have impaired Vega's vision at all, but it's just his reactions aren't quick enough for the quick hands of Tyrone Everett.
Oh, a right that opened a cut on the cheek of Vega, Bob. Vicious slice, about 2 inches long. Ooh, going to be a tough night for Vega.
Everett is extremely good counter punching.
Well, he showed it in that Escalera bout.
Boy, did he ever.
Just a couple of seconds left to go, and that's the end of round 3. Maybe it was not a cut, Bob. Maybe just blood that was on the glove.
More than likely. Yeah. Mr. Vega is finding out why Tyrone Everett is the #1 ranked challenger in his weight division.
Everett's record, 34-1, had been undefeated 34 straight bouts since losing that one fight on November 30th to Alfredo Escalera. 18 of those 34 victories coming via the KO. As far as fighters against common foes, each fighter has KO'd Jose Luis Madrid, while Vega lost to Bert Napolitan, whom Everett later defeated.
You know, we talk about big paydays, and of course, this is what Vega's hoping for, a win here to push him into the big paydays. He has to support his parents and 13 of 17 sisters in Chihuahua. That's a big family.
Boy, you learn to fight around the supper table. You got that many people. That's where he got his best training.
That's right. The attendance for tonight's about 5,439 fans witnessing this fine exhibition by Tyrone Everett.
A little spin around and then backing away.
Ooh.
Early into round 4, and Vega switches around as the eye is.
I think it's even cut down along the edge of it on the right-hand side, not as well as over it.
Both fighters break away before Tommy Reed steps in. Roundhouse by Tyrone Everett. Tees up the left. Took a couple of shots. Oh, that's the most active Vega has been so far. That's what he needs to do to keep Everett off balance. Oh, he has There's Everett moving away for a change, the first time in 4 rounds.
By the looks of that eye, Hugh, he's going to have to do something in an awful hurry because that eye seems to be progressively getting worse.
Vega backing into the corner. Good left by Everett as Vega wipes away the blood.
Vega comes in with that left lead, and he leaves himself wide open on that right side, and of course Everett's taken a very good advantage of it, countering with his left. And of course that's the side that bad eye's on.
Well, he tried to tee that one up from JFK Stadium, and Everett fortunately got a little bit of leather in front of it.
He's having trouble seeing now.
Now he's blinking and backing away.
It's getting in his eye now.
Right.
Yeah, he can't see now.
Yeah,
I think that Tommy Reed might either that or else the ring physician. He's saved by the bell there. Started to get into his eye, and they'll really go to work on that now.
He couldn't even see, Bobby, and I think he backed away. Whether or not he was even pointing to it, it hurt him so much. I wouldn't be surprised if it's...
the doctor's taking a look at it now.
Stopped.
Dr. Iannani.
That up.
Yes.
All I want you to do is close it up, and if
it keeps on bleeding, then he's going to stop the fight.
Round 5, and this may be it. Let's see if Vega can weather the storm and keep Ty Everett away from that badly cut right eye. Let it all hang out, figuring if he can't get through the round, it'll probably be stopped, Bob.
Right. He's the type of fighter that'll take 2 to land 1. Mind you of a certain popular heavyweight in the Philadelphia area?
Smoking Joe?
Exactly. It's bleeding again, Hugh. You're having trouble stopping that eye.
Vega, obviously, with the impaired vision, cannot see Everett all that well. And Everett will favor that eye and go to that blurred portion of field of vision.
And that's where his power hand comes from, too, that left side.
Vega didn't even see that one. Took a tough one in the midsection.
Everett has the uncanny ability to punch while off balance, and I mean, not just score a punch, but I mean really hurt your opponent with that. He sounds as solid blows when he is being pushed away or knocked away by his opponent.
This is the 5th defense of the North American junior lightweight title held by Tyrone Everett. He won that crown almost 3 years ago from Sammy Gossett, Trenton, New Jersey. Good left and a right that doesn't score by Vega. Everett again continues to get that left in.
Complete control of the bout thus far for the first 5 rounds.
Oh, what a right by Tyrone Everett to the chin of Maveen Vega. simple matter of Everett beating Vega to the punch, Bob.
He's just too quick for the Mexican fighter.
Boy, snapped his head back.
Of course, you know, that's not degrading the fighter at all, because Tyrone Everett's too quick for a lot of fighters in this lightweight division.
Good combination. Vega bounced back on his heels. Only 5 seconds to go in round 5. And there's the bell.
I think his style of fighting really exemplifies that, because he is a plodding, straight-ahead fighter that, as we mentioned earlier, you know, willing to take 2 punches to land 1, and the doctor's looking over that eye again. And can we pick that up, what the Dr. Iannani says? I think he's trying to say.
Round 6 of a scheduled 12 rounds, and Vega immediately walks into a snapping left from Tyrone Everett.
Referee Tommy Reed received instructions to really watch it this round, to really keep his eye on that eye. Make sure that no permanent damage could end up as the result of this pounding he's taken from by Tyrone Everett.
Well, there goes the eye again, Bob, starting to bleed. And this is with less than a minute gone here in the 6th round.
Oh, landed another right to that eye. You know, it's not puffing as much as one would think, you know, with such a deep cut, and what's the punishment it's received, but the blood is pouring down and impairing the fighter's vision.
Everett picked off roundhouse shots by Vega then. Snapped the right lead in. Oh, another tough left. Everett attempts the move to the right of Vega, especially that right eye.
Just over a minute remaining here in round number 6.
Referee Tommy Reed just took a quick glance at the eye of Vega. And again takes a look. Oh, what a quick right by Everett.
He has those fast hands that, you know, it's like an asp's tongue. So quick.
When was the last time you've seen an ass tongue?
I just heard it was bad.
Oh, quick shot by Tyrone Everett to the face of Vega. And that's the end of round 6, the midway mark of this North American Junior Lightweight Championship fight.
And the ring physician is not really, is not even coming over to take a look at the eye, so possibly he's leaving it up to the decision of referee Tommy Reed.
Well, it hasn't gotten progressively worse, as you might think it would, Bobby, especially his trainer, Pete Alvarez, administers to him putting the salve around the eye. Vega none the worse for wear, except the fact that he has that eye problem. A good tight shot of the eye of Memín Vega.
I've been making a mistake here. The ring physician is Dr. Wilbur Strickland, and the question that is what the Pete Alvarez, the manager of Memín Vega, is so incensed about is that he claims that the cut was caused by a Tyrone Everett headbutt.
Yeah.
So it's the shoe's on the other foot. I apologize calling the doctor Iannini, but it's William Strickland.
Left and right that scored, but really phased Vega all that much. Everett trying to set up Memín Vega. Vega did get a right in there, but didn't appear to hurt Everett at all.
Very tough and game opponent, but Everett has scored too fast, too often.
Everett again with a sneaky right. What a left!
I can't see now, and I'll tell you,
away.
round 7, you can sure tell when that eye, he's trouble seeing, he backs right away.
Oh, half the round to go, Bob. Oh, a good solid left by Tyrone Everett. Then a good right to the chin.
Now the eye is starting to close somewhat, Hugh. It would pretty well have to for the punishment that has been taken so far in this fight.
Round 7 of the scheduled 12-rounder. Good uppercut by Tyrone Everett to the chin of Vega. Seconds to go in round 7.
That eye must be bothering him again because he's coming back to the ropes.
Vega with his back to the ropes, trying to cover up that eye as Everett attempts to go to the midsection.
His nose is bleeding a little bit now too, Memín Vega.
All right, gentlemen, let's go.
Vega really blinking, certainly with blurred vision. Just has 13 seconds. The weather here in the 7th round. Oh, good right jab by
he's opened it up, bleeding again. He's opened it up every round, but this round is bleeding a little more profusely than it has in the past and beginning to close.
Earlier this evening, Dr. Strickland did halt the one bout, at least indicated to referee Hank Cisco to stop that bout, the first one when we had with Ron Orrid and Joey Wilder. At, where's that Abner Villanueva? That's right.
Abner Villanueva.
Right.
Villanueva got the TKO in the 4th at 2:05 in the 4th round.
What a bout that was, in case you joined us late. Fantastic, as Abner and Villanueva from the opening bell just went toe-to-toe.
You can see a good close-up of the eye of Memín Vega, the one that's causing all the stir and all the controversy over how he received it, whether it was by a headbutt or by a Tyrone Everett punch. But I can tell you one thing, whether it was the initial opening of the wound was by a headbutt or a punch.
It's all over, Bobby. It's being stopped.
Referee
Tommy Reed. One look at that eye after he was given instruction by ring physician Dr. Strickland and decided to halt the bout.
just giving him a couple of gauze pads to...
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Tommy Reed stops the fight at the start of the 8th round. The winner by a TKO and still North American Junior Lightweight Champion, Tyrone Everett.
That's being scored as an 8th round TKO to Tyrone Everett, coming back after losing a controversial 15-round decision to Alfredo Escalera for the Junior Lightweight World Boxing Council Championship. Here before prison cameras on November 30th, and tonight starting off in North Philadelphia.